1 year ago, you wouldn't pay me to make a video like this. I don't think anybody in the comment section or on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, nobody would go out there and make this kind of a statement. But you know what? Now, in 2024, I feel like this is the common consensus, because when it comes to Canucks defenseman Tyler Myers, I want him back. I do. I want this guy to re-sign with the Vancouver Canucks off the heels of a $6 million AAV contract that was signed by Masterclass Jim Benning all the way back in 2019. I feel like the guy has changed his reputation in this city for the better, and all it took was a year. All it took was 4 years of, questionable, defensively indecisive and inconsistent play for Tyler Myers to come out here in 23-24 with the best season of his Vancouver Canucks career, and a playoff run headlined by 1 point in 12 games, but a playoff run where he looked awesome. He was so good. This is the thing, dude. Tyler Myers at $6 million, probably not a good bet. Not it. But Tyler Myers in the playoffs was playing more so like $4.5, $5 million caliber defenseman. Big, right-handed dude who can make great defensive shutdown reads and who made very little mistakes compared to what we're used to seeing out of the guy. Ice time was distributed very evenly amongst all the defensemen, and as a result, you just got into this flow state. You saw it on the ice. The Vancouver Canucks defense was awesome in this playoff run. Tyler Myers had the most points this season in his Vancouver Canucks career, and he has really limited the amount of mistakes that he makes in any given night. Myers, for the entirety of this $6 million contract, was a guy who could produce some points, but he was known as a pylon. His defensive efficiency wasn't great. All the turnovers, the giveaways, the divings, and the 2-on-1s, he was not a competent defensive player, and the consistency was just not there either. He would have maybe 1 or 2 okay games, but then he'd ruffle things up the next game by making a brutal turnover or getting absolutely walked like a turnstile. It was just so bad, and because Myers is so big, I think he's the tallest active NHL player or whatever it is, because he's so big, all of his mistakes were magnified and put under the microscope because they're so easy to spot. Not to mention the fact that the quantity of how many times this guy would mess up in a given night was pretty noteworthy. But in 23-24, this guy showed off why his value was at that $6 million price tag all those summers ago when Benning signed the deal. So, for Tyler Myers to go out there and have the season he had, in a way, he's kind of earned all that validation and love from the Canucks fan base, because now, as a potential free agent, it's been noted by Elliotte Friedman that according to sources, Tyler Myers will probably get something done with the Canucks. There's good optimism that this contract will be signed. And of course, Tyler Myers is going to re-sign with Vancouver. He's not going to get $6 million a season again. He'll probably get something a lot lower, but how much lower is the question. Hometown discount actually does apply here because Myers does spend his off seasons in Kelowna. He's a part of this province. He pretty much spends most of his time here anyway. So if he wants to stick around, the club likes him, he likes the club, and he's willing to say, hey, I got my payday already. I was making $6 million a year for 5 seasons. I don't need the moon and the stars anymore. I can just go out there and sign some sort of a cheap $2-3 million deal, even if it's $4 million. If he's that good, like he was this season, then that's fine. Keep him at the same amount of minutes, get some guys to replace Ian Cole, get another guy to replace Zadorov, and just have Myers rolling around in that spot. Even have Noah Juleson in the third right spot if you needed him. Of course, though, just make sure that he doesn't continue chasing hits like he did in that one game against the Oilers. Hi. Noah Juleson's really got to dial it back, but still, Tyler Myers is just that guy, and if there is optimism that he's going to re-sign with Vancouver, then I am a pretty happy camper, I'm not going to lie. Out of all the defensemen we had talked about, Ian Cole, contract expiring, Nikita Zadorov, contract expiring, Hronek, contract expiring. If you needed to bring back one of these guys, I honestly would say Tyler Myers is the easiest one to do that with because he might be a bit more expensive than Cole, but he's a lot better. Cole kind of stunk in that playoff series. So, all in all, this is a pretty good update, I would say. And if you want to talk about dollar amounts, you can let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. How much do you think Myers goes for? Is it somewhere in that $4 million range? What's a hometown discount look like? $3 million bucks? I'll tell you, if Tyler Myers literally halves his AAV from last year to this year, then imagine the possibilities the Vancouver Canucks could go out there and do. Extra $3 million in cap space is actually really beneficial because the team is getting some extra cap held back from them because of the Oliver Ekman-Larsson buyout. I think it's like 2-point-something million, so that helps out a lot. Tyler Myers, of course, though, would have to accept it. It's just a question as to whether or not he would want to do that. But if there's a lot of optimism here, I'm feeling pretty good about that. Also, you can let me know your thoughts as to the rest of the Canucks decor, because I do have a bit of a concern where it's like, if Filip Hronek ends up getting traded like we all think that he might be, if Tyler Myers ends up becoming the #1 right-handed defenseman and he plays with Hughes, does that open him up to being a bit more vulnerable defensively? Like, he was able to do really well playing with a defensively minded guy this season, and with limited minutes, or let's just say shared minutes, with the rest of the decor, he was totally great. But if he's all of a sudden thrusted into that top spot with Hughes because there's no more Hronek and they weren't able to find a replacement, I kind of start to worry a little bit there. I mean, Hughes and Myers has been a pairing before, but I don't really recall it being the best. Both of these guys playing some sort of a puck-moving kind of game doesn't really bode well, I would say. Plus the fact that if Quinn Hughes is playing all the time, his D partner would automatically be playing a lot too, so I don't know if I'd necessarily feel comfortable giving Myers some big extended minutes in the 25-plus minute range mark, like Quinn Hughes can get some nights. But of course, you know, that's just kind of speculating off of stuff that we don't even really know if it's going to happen or not. So who knows? I mean, that's kind of half my channel, isn't it? Oh yeah, big wake-up call to me, eh? So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about the Canucks defensive core situation, as well as what your opinions are on Tyler Myers potentially coming back. Out of all the D-men, I think he's probably the easiest one to agree to come back, as well as give the money out to him, because he's kind of earned it, to be honest. Plus, the fact that he has been here for a while, and he has built up this meme status reputation with the fans. The fact that he's actually good now is as awesome as it is unexpected. So, hey, the former Calder winner is coming back here for vengeance. Let's see if he signs a contract with the Vancouver Canucks sometime soon over the next few days. But for now, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What are your thoughts about the contract? What are your thoughts about the way that he played as well? Because, man, we haven't really talked too much about it. We have acknowledged it here and there, but wow, was Tyler Myers ever solid in the playoffs. I don't care about the 1 point in 12 games. I care about the defensive competence, the fact that he was able to clog up plays along the boards, how he was accurately making breakout passes and not being turnstiled. That's the important part. He wasn't a pylon. Thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.